I'm going to do that. Hey everyone, welcome to Big Beaver, Pennsylvania. That's not a joke. That is really where we are at. Hopefully you guys know most of these people here. Brian, number one, Cameron. We have Taryn, with Brian number two, DePaul, and Dakota. So we have spent the last couple of days ripping around PittRace, having a very good time with our 1987 Toyota MR2. And first and foremost, that car kicks ass. That's been a 5-year build over time. Yeah, almost 6-year build. And we've turned that car into, from a complete piece of shit into a really, really formidable race car. It's a lot of fun. And we're all actually getting a lot better and more comfortable with it. The more laps we do with it, the more events that we do. And today was definitely a showing of that. We're in 220s.
The teens.
Yeah,
we're in
214.
We're in the 210s, and Taryn set a personal best at
227.
PittRace, and Brian set a personal best at PittRace.
Well, it's my first time, so it wasn't hard.
That's what I was thinking.
Dude,
too.
I also got
Go with the joke.
I also got a complete
I
4
totally
laps.
set up. I totally set up the joke, and you're like, "Oh yeah, no, that was my personal best."
I set a personal
So we
best.
caught in retake.
Yeah. Okay, cut. Let's come back to that. We'll try it again.
Thank you.
No,
Dakota
I'm
set a
just kidding.
personal best.
I did set the hour.
It is hard when the race starts. Like Lemons is terrifying at the start, and DePaul started today. It's very scary because you have a lot of cars that are put together with super glue and zip ties and hope and turbos that do not fit and exhausts that are questionable. A whole bunch of accessories that would make the average Ultima driver blush. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, and almost all of it does in the first session. So
It took 1 lap before it went full course yellow.
yeah, we almost made it a full lap. So you spend a lot of time under yellow, which is like 40 to 50 miles an hour, just kind of staying in position most of the time.
Yeah.
So it wears on your patience a lot, and you need to be very careful because as soon as it goes green again, all you want to do is put the foot in the floor and go hammer down past the son of a bitch you've been staring at for 5 laps and watching him wiggle around and do all this stuff. So you have to be kind of patient and be careful with that. You got to remember it's an all-day race. It's not a sprint session. So we were all pretty good with that today. Hammond, yeah, you had a lot of yellow. DePaul, you had a lot of yellow.
I created a lot of yellows.
Taryn, we'll get to Taryn's in a minute here. But the biggest thing was the car, and the car performed fantastic. The upgrades that these guys did to the brake system make this thing just absolutely awesome. Diving into corners. Normally you're braking at the 2, between the 2 and the 3. Now I'm braking around the 2, closer to the 1, because I can absolutely get on those brakes super hard. And the car remains level. It doesn't nosedive like before where the back end wants to swing around. It stays nice and straight, and the car stays level. It's been very nice to drive that full blast. You guys, if you're watching the live streams this weekend, you'll be able to see how nice that car handles. Both Brian and I had some very close calls with some people that you come around turn 17 and all of a sudden you're 3 wide coming onto that front straight and nobody's giving up an inch, and you're not on the line you want to be inside, but there's a guy there and you can't really go around him because there's a guy on the outside. So yeah, it gets pretty tight out there, but the car's been fantastic. Our axle issue is I don't want to say resolved, but it's way better than Road Atlanta. Our last couple of races, we have axles in great shape. Engine runs at what, 180, 175, 180?
Easy.
Yeah,
Constant.
It's a fantastic engine. So thank you, Nate Millison, for helping us make that engine awesome. And the guys took care of the car today. We did have some offs, and we did have We had 3 black flags in total. So the first black flag was from Brian and DePaul, and that was
Which was on a delayed fuse.
yeah, it was it was a passing under yellow. It was yellow, and he went around just one car. He didn't
Yeah,
pass
it
like
was yellow at
18
one
cars.
station on the front straight. I knew exactly where I did it.
And it turned yellow, so they caught him. But what happened was that was it, and he came in 1 or 2 laps after that,
Yeah, probably.
and we changed drivers, and Brian Hammond went out, and he saw the black flag and the number of the car, and he's like,
No.
"What the hell?"
Well, what was crazy was there was no black flag because we were under double yellow.
Oh,
And I go out and he checks my wristbands and stuff. He goes, "All right, well, just so you know, like we're under double yellows. Just take it easy. Don't do anything stupid." And I'm like, "Well, I'm one of the guys with the most time constructing the car, so I'm not
Not
trying to
gonna do
shit
dumb
on it
stuff,
and doing
yeah.
anything dramatic." I said, "But yeah, I totally understand." And I said, "Just stay left going out of here, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I go do a couple laps, and then I'm coming around on the back, and I see our number on the board, but there were no black flags because it's double yellow. And I'm like,
that's
For
weird.
me?
I didn't do anything. Yeah.
Under double yellow.
"What?"
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I'll go in before I do get the black flag, and then
Just find out what
then
it
they're
is. yeah.
angry. So I go in, and they're like, "Yeah, you went 4 off." Well, oh no, I did not. And he's like, "Well, hold on, let me try to figure out what actually happened." And then he's like, "It was what, passing under yellow
Passing
or
under
whatever."
Yellow, yeah.
And
Which
he's-
is a big no-no.
Yeah, he goes, "How long have you been in the car?" And I'm like,
2 laps.
18 minutes. Go ahead. And he's like, "When did that happen?" And they were like, "Half of an hour ago." And he's like, "It was
Yeah.
another Brian." All right.
So
well,
he went over and
so I got Blue Falcon.
yeah, he went over and talked to the judges, the tech guys, and explained to him, I was actually driving the car and passing under yellow, and I'm sorry, and we won't do that again. And we were like, okay, got all that cleared up. Hammond went out, finished his sessions, mostly, like you said, mostly under yellow.
The entire time. I had 4 laps of green.
Really? Okay, yeah. That's
It was
in
a travesty.
in almost an hour, 55 minutes or something?
Yeah.
4 laps. It's hard on that first day. There's a lot of attrition, a lot of stuff falls by the
The
wayside.
attrition rate was not as high as I hoped for today.
Considering how many rookies there were 60 rookies.
Yeah, I was
Out of
hoping we'd
400
get down
some
to there
drivers.
was
Yeah.
like 70 cars on the track.
Oh, 20% of them were rookies.
When I finished my stint, there were 106 cars that had turned laps.
Wow.
So there were over 100 cars on track at a time there, I think.
So then Hammond finishes his, Dakota goes out, and it runs clean, but again, lots of yellow, lots of yellow. And we're watching the live stream that you guys can watch here, and we just feel terrible for Dakota. We're like, hey, it'd be nice if it wasn't yellow and he could hammer the car. You got some laps in there.
Yeah. First 20 minutes were great. The last 20 minutes were great, and then
The
the middle
middle,
was all yellow.
Yeah, it was like he was bored. He's like FaceTiming with his grandma. Or no, your mom and her sister at the winery. Oh, hey, what's going on, Mom? No, thanks for letting us stay there in Atlanta. That was awesome. Oh no, just under yellow here. So yeah, that happened, and then Taryn, absolute rookie, like rookie, and hasn't been on this track before. Brand new to the track, and we're trying to educate him, and he's watching everything that's happening. He knows where the blend line is. He knows where the flag stations are. He's picked all this stuff up, and now it's time to shove him in the car. And you could tell he was really nervous. Anybody would be, here's
It's wild out there.
here's someone else's car. Here's all these crazy ass drivers with all these nutty themes. Go join them. And Darren's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But Darren does. He goes out, runs 2 laps? Is on your second lap?
Yeah, so lap 2 was when it happened.
And came over the hill, car got light, spun off, went out on track. Okay, fine, no problem. So Darren comes in, obviously gets, black flag. He knows he's in trouble, so he comes into pit, and they give you a little warning signal. Now we have 2, because we got one from passing under yellow. Now we have a second one, and Taryn feels terrible. He's just like, oh, this sucks. I got us our second black flag. And if you get 4 black flags in a day, you're done. That's
pretty much.
no 4.
Yeah.
5 you're done, but the 4th one is a long
It's
penalty.
like 3 or
It's
4
3 or
hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Super
Oh yeah.
special.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours, whatever. And yeah, so 5 you're done for the day. So we're getting closer to that. We're way closer than we want to be. And so we talked to Taryn. We're like, "Hey man, just calm down. Everything's going to be fine." He's like, "Yeah. Sorry, I was just really nervous. And, it's my first time out there, and there's a lot of shit going on, and bright colors and loud cars and all this stuff." And I was like, "Okay, you got it." And he goes back out. And was it the next lap?
It was literally, so first lap, I took it real easy. And so it was, as soon as I finished or crossed the starting line is when I hammered down again.
And spun in the exact same spot that he did last time. Literally, you could see the tracks, like one was
It's like boom, boom.
yeah, they're right next to each other, and you're like, okay, well, good job, Darren. So Darren comes in again, and
I was gonna say, at least I'm consistent.
yeah, you didn't do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Into someone. So
The
he
video
comes
is
in.
so funny.
There's some
and-
great commentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely check out the YouTube on that. 'Cause he knows. You can tell.
As soon as I hit it, I was
Yeah,
like,
there was a big F-bomb, and there was a, he's
Very
so
well
pissed at
timed
himself.
visor flip.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
visor flip into elbow in the windowsill,
was
just
all-
like,
it was
oh.
all, it was like old James time. Like, just, I screwed this up so bad.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it. And
As-
you can tell he's so pissed at himself as he's coming back in. Now we come back in and we all have to go there because it's a group thing now. It was just individuals. After 3, it's a group effort, and we got the happy, joy penalty. Now that's why when you guys are watching the afternoon sessions, the song from the Ren and Stimpy cartoon show that is happy, joy was playing through a loudspeaker we actually had in the car with a little miniature amplifier and the song on an SD card on repeat. And that is our penalty, and we have to play that for the rest of the day in the car.
The speaker was like a wood-cased one that's
Yeah,
like
it's like
this
an old
big.
school, like
1990s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what you had in your dorm room.
Pointing right at the driver.
No, it was pointed straight back.
Oh, I thought it was at the driver.
That,
No,
well, it was supposed to be pointed
might
at
as
the
well have
driver,
been.
but-
So it can
Yeah.
echo off the
No,
glass
I-
in the firewall. Yeah.
It was loud in there, so
Hopefully Lemons doesn't watch this because when I put it in, I aimed it towards the back, so it wasn't aimed towards the front.
Yeah, it would have been way more loud if it was aimed right
Yeah,
at you.
It was
rough.
still very loud.
It was
so
stupid
rough.
loud.
Oh my god.
So this song is going to play over and over and over again, and it does. And that's our penalty. We have to mount it and install it and everything, and they have to check it and make sure it's okay. And thank you, Aaron, for the tie-down straps in your ridge line. That helped us get it mounted. And then Darren looks at me and he's like, "Well, I guess that's it for me driving today." And I was like, Bucko, you got us this penalty. You have to go out with Ren and Stimpy. So Darren goes out, and we're watching the live stream. And the pain, I know he has his helmet down, his visor down, and you can just feel the pain as he's listening to this song over and over again. But he did great, and there were no further issues. Much more relaxed on that after that outing. Yeah, you were definitely more comfortable, not only in the car but on track, right?
Yeah.
And so then after Taryn, it comes my turn. Now I got to listen to this damn thing for an hour while I'm out there, and it is absolutely just, it's terrible. For me, I got used to it like 4 or 5 plays, and then I kind of zoned it out, and I'm listening to other cars and I'm watching all this other stuff, so I don't even bother with the music. But you said it drove you just
I was
crazy.
fine for like the first half hour with it, and the second half hour it started to really wear on me.
Like a cheese grater on your head.
Yeah, there was a lot going on while I was out there too.
But what happened to me was really odd. So I go out and I'm basically on my first lap, and I come around to where the far corner where the far flag station is. Excuse me, at 16, the guy pulls out a black flag and points it at me, and I'm like, "There's nobody around me. I didn't go off. Am I going too fast? Why am I getting black flag?" So I come into the pits, go over to tech, and I'm like, "You guys, I have no clue why I got black flag." And they're like, "Hey, we don't know why you got black flag either. Why is 700 here?" And they're like, we didn't flag 700. I'm like, damn it. Zoom out of tech, strap back in, get right back out on track. And I ran a very clean session. And it turns out there was a car behind me that they were waiting on. And it was also white. And so that's why they were like, oh, shit, it's the wrong car. But that's okay, fine. So we get back out there. I run a whole session. I got this crazy song blaring. And then DePaul, you could see he was very reluctant to get in the car with this music going to begin with. But
oh God, turn off the heater. Turn it off.
I'll wait to hear the shut off. It says
where's
it's on off.
FP.
I don't know what.
Just
FP
turn
is.
the volume or turn the temperature down. The down there. Yeah, I know. It's the beers talking.
We'll put the spin speed on low.
Oh, there you go.
This thing sounds like one of the cars.
Talking because there's no ice cream places.
Oh my God. The ice cream.
So the bar runs his sessions. We finished the day and did the checkered, and the car, like we said, car ran great. We put air in the tires about halfway through the day. We had some scrubbing. We had some dirt on the tires. That's really it.
Character, baby.
Yeah, the theme, the judges loved the theme. They thought it was great. The biggest hit, obviously, was the bottle of lingonberry wine that Dakota scored. Yeah, our Swedish meatball plan did not work. Our crock pot, the inverter in my Jeep could not run the crock pot. Didn't have enough power. But when we came back here to the hotel last night, before we went to dinner, we plugged in the crock pot. We're like, we'll just cook these and then we'll have them at the track tomorrow for lunch. We came back from dinner a couple of hours later. The whole third floor just reeks of Swedish meatballs. We opened the door to the room and
Somebody
it just
kicked you in the face.
yeah, it's like your head was in the crock pot with the Swedish meatballs. It was crazy. And yeah, now the Swedish meatballs are still on. They're fully cooked. Trust me.
They're unplugged now.
We did enjoy a bunch for lunch. You guys eat that for lunch?
Yeah, I had them for lunch.
You
I had them.
Okay, yeah. So good food, at least we had. Did you turn the heat up? No. Because this thing is cranking.
Put it on cool mode. at
Now it's
least.
on off. Okay. This AC in it.
Wait till you hear the noise it makes when it shuts off.
Yeah, wait, it's coming. It does.
Sounds like lemon spider.
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah.
that was the kill switch.
It's awesome. Someone's gonna need to crack that open and take a look at it. But we had a great time with the Swedish meatballs. They liked the theme. What we didn't know was when we did the theme on the car, the words were actually from the IKEA catalog. They're from the IKEA store. We didn't actually know the definitions. We thought they were, pieces of furniture and artwork and stuff like that. Earlier today, a guy came up to us and said, "Hey, do you know what the sticker on the, the word on the back of your bumper means?" And we were like, "Yeah, it's something from IKEA." And he goes, "No, it's a crow moth."
Yeah.
It says crow moth, and these are moths that apparently eat dead crows. Okay, we didn't know that. So Dakota went and looked up all the definitions of these words. Thankfully, all of them are appropriate, but there's a couple of disturbing ones in there.
Yeah, it's even more disturbing that IKEA names their furniture after.
Yeah, it's really
these
funny.
things.
Yeah, like crow moth.
Yeah.
That's a duvet cover that apparently crow moths like. And so
What
you
is
turn
that?
this thing off and then it kicks right back on.
Well, I mean, it
No,
took
I
like
think it's
20
the
minutes or
funny
something.
guy.
Oh, it's
Oh, the
that
other
one.
one's on.
Okay. So yeah, that was interesting to find out that today too. And then really nice dinner tonight at Sal's, and I think that's kind of it tonight.
Yeah.
You guys had I had a couple of very close calls. 16, 17 coming onto the front straight, 3 wide. We had a guy trying to go 4 wide. So that's one of those, like, just stay in your line, stay in your position, because if you twitch, bad shit's going to happen. Yeah. And you don't want the other guys to twitch. So the good news is there's a lot of really, really kick-ass drivers at Lemons. The bad news is there are a lot of not very good drivers at Lemons. So you're mixing these people together, and it's sort of like oil and water. Like, if you just have oil, that's cool. If you just have water, that's cool. You put them together, there's some scary stuff. You had a really close call.
Oh yeah.
Check out the pause.
3.5
Instagram
wide.
and Facebook. He'll have it up on social media. Some of the screenshots because he had his GoPro going and he got a great shot of it dead center. Car goes off track and starts to roll back on track, and he had to avoid it. And there's another car right here,
And another one.
And another one, yeah,
and
that 3 wide.
Another one on the other side. So technically, they would have been 4 wide through the back straight, but DePaul held his line.
This is in the S's.
Yeah,
That
that's
was in the
S's.
S's? I thought that was
Yeah.
on the back straight.
This is the
Okay.
this is the second turn in the S's. This is the left hand.
Okay. And then he held his line, got very close to the Thunderbird that spun off Thunderbird. So
I had to make like an autocross little
Yeah,
jerk
to-
around it, and then I got my
because
mirror like this close to the car
the
next to
Thunderbird
me,
went
and me and
off,
that dude looked
and
at
then
each other
momentum
afterwards.
kind of spun him back towards Brian because Brian thought he was going to be clear and just be able to go through. But all of a sudden,
Yeah, I saw him
he's
start to
rolling
roll,
back.
and I was like,
It's
oh,
oh
Jesus.
crap. Meanwhile, he has to avoid the Saab over here and the Tacoma.
Yeah, the
The
Tacoma was next
on
to
the
that.
far side. So he can't hit the Saab because if he hits the Saab's going to hit the Tacoma, and you're going to have 3 cars that are involved.
It's gonna be like
So
a 6-car
you could get
pile.
like 2 business cards between the Thunderbird and the MR6 and the Saab and the MR6, and somehow he made it right through.
Me and the
So-
Saab guy both looked at each other and waved afterwards, like,
Hey.
"Oh, thank you."
Nice work, yeah. And yeah, I had a couple of just tight spots. I had a Porsche, a 944 that just wandering all over the planet and very difficult to get past because I don't know what he's going to do in the next turn. I know I want to go inside, but I think he might want to go inside last minute, and I don't want him to take me out. So I need to, bide my time. And then I screwed up. I missed a shift. And I didn't miss a shift. I missed a start. It was still a white flag where I was at, and he was looking further ahead, and I wasn't looking further ahead, and he took off, and I was like, damn it, now I'm going to make up all this time again and get back on his ass. So nobody was unscathed today. We all had stuff we could work on. The good part is this car is
It
awesome.
did great. Great all day.
Mm-hmm.
And you have 5 different guys driving it as hard as possible. And the car was like, that's cool. You got more? We're also finding stuff that we want to improve on the car. Definitely want to do new front rotors, and we'll do that after this event. We're going to be okay for this event. Thank you, G-Lock, for the awesome brake pads. We love those brake pads. We have them front and rear now, and they've been great at Road Atlanta here.
Yeah.
We've had good success with G-Lock. You've had them on your Miata for a long time.
Yeah, I've
Do
had
you have
them.
them?
I have them on a
Yeah, I got
Civic
on
too.
86 with the discount.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
This is the first time that I've felt like the car doesn't need any performance upgrades at all. It just needs maintenance.
Maintenance. Yeah.
Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
There's so much potential.
We got to
Yeah.
talk about the polyurethane bushing too for the.
Yeah, we need a better shifter bushing.
Yes, we're
Like,
going to have to do
Not
that.
3D printed this time.
Yeah, we'll have to do an actual Delron or something.
Yeah, or poly
stainless
or
steel.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that definitely holds that shifter better. And
I was starting to have trouble putting it into 4th on downshifts.
I think we can adjust those because our shifter cables are 9 feet long.
Super
They're
long.
so long.
They are.
Just because of how they route to get to the transmission with the V6 swap. So I think we can adjust those shifter cables to get a better launch into 4th. Obviously the shifter bushing, yes, but I think we can adjust the shifter cable to get us a better shot. I've been going like back and out to get to 4th because I screw up a misshift once, and then the rest of the time I'll go out. But yeah, I've been going outside for 4th because there's no 6th or anything. So
Yeah, you got race
easy
gear
to-
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed a shift up to 5th. It was so embarrassing. The guy gave me a point by.
No.
And then I'm on the back street. And I go to pass him as I'm shifting to 5th, miss 5th, and then he just keeps going. And then I didn't pass him again until the front straight. Sorry. Thanks for the point by.
I had a couple where I was like, oh no, I need to be in 3rd, and I pull back to 4th, and I'm like, well, damn, and then 3 cars go past.
Yeah.
There are a lot of very, very fast cars here. Most of them are BMW.
3 Series.
Yeah, a lot of E36.
E46.
E46s,
Yeah.
and there's some super cheaty cars
Even
here
the
too.
even the E30s were fast.
There's a lot of E30s that are they're E30s on the outside. They are McLaren F1s on the inside. Yeah.
There's a $40,000 MC Miata here.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
we
there's
got
a $500 Porsche.
yeah, Cayman or Boxer.
Boxster.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the hardtop like?
Oh
$4
yeah, it's a
grand?
Boxster with a
$4,000
hardtop.
for
I
a
was thinking it was a
hardtop,
Cayman.
Yeah. There's a few cheaty cars here, and you just kind of let them go, and hopefully, judges give them 8,000 penalty laps, and that'd be great. We are currently, as of the end of the race today, we are 69th.
53 laps behind.
Yep, we go 53 laps, and
And I saw
we're not catching that little Civic.
No.
The little yellow Civic is a monster.
Or the
Unless they blow up
Focuses.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
there's 9 cars in front of us. But their last lap was in pit, which means they might have broken and been done.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
there's some
we'll
room.
see.
I'll
There's some
take
room.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still,
There's a bunch of cars that have like 1 or 2 laps more than us
Right.
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we still have a shot.
We're in it. We can pass some stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll absolutely do great. It's a, if we can avoid black flags,
Yep.
black flags suck a lot of laps out of you.
Had 49 minutes in total penalty box.
Yeah.
Just
And
myself.
mechanicals.
And that's 20 laps right there.
Yeah,
25
Easily.
laps.
Easily.
So that would put us in the top 30, top 35. So that's the biggest thing for us is to just run a little bit cleaner tomorrow.
Yep.
We can run just as hard. We're supposed to get 10 more degrees of nice weather.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see the sun.
And we saw the sun at like 6 o'clock today
Yeah.
after the track had gone
As we were
cold.
driving
were
out
headed-
of the track.
Literally,
first
I had
time
to
of the
flip
day.
the sun visor down just so I didn't
headed
get
back to the
blinded.
hotel. We're like, what is that? So that was, I would say that's a good sign, but that also means that it can rain. So
Yeah. Every day's been 10 degrees colder. Feels like temperature.
yeah,
So,
the wind is pretty much nonstop here, and so if it's 40 degrees outside, it feels like 30.
Yeah.
You step into that wind and it just rips right through you. But we've been very lucky. Our buddy Casey came out today and gave us a hand with a bunch of stuff and hung out with us, which was really cool. You guys did some off-roading.
Yeah.
Did a hotel run and put it in 4 high.
No, 4-wheel drive was not used.
Oh,
That was
oh,
too-
you were downhill.
Just
Yeah.
large wheels downhill.
Big mudder tires and facilitating access is probably the best word, best phrase for that.
Since we're right
Nice
beside
street,
the
you just
police
drive
station.
through the park.
Yeah. Since
No matter
we're
whether it's
on
parking
location.
yeah.
Tree lawn.
Yeah. It was private property. It was just a professional driver.
Yeah.
Private property. Close course.
Close course. Yeah.
Don't try this at home. Yeah, so we're super excited about tomorrow. We're so glad you guys are watching. All the comments and everything you guys are doing on the live stream, we really appreciate. All the new subscribers has been fantastic. We're going to keep bringing you guys this stuff. And if you have suggestions for how we can improve it, or you want to see more of something, definitely shoot me a message, and we'll try and get it taken care of. Like I said, we've got maintenance to do on this car, and so we don't really have to do any upgrades, like make it super better with this or super better with that. We've got a lot of maintenance, and we finally turned it into like a serious track weapon that we can go and have a good time with. So we'll keep going on that, and we keep doing it as many events as we can. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys have suggestions, send them over. We'll take a look at it. And
do it on tomorrow.
yeah,
Hammond's starting us off.
we're gonna be streaming all day tomorrow. Did we figure out who's starting?
Me, I guess.
You sound super confident.
Sounds like Hammond's starting, and we'll go until I think it's 4 or 4.
It's
4,
4.
and then
4 o'clock,
awards are at 4:30. That's what it is. Okay.
Yep.
So we go 9 to 4 tomorrow. We have 9 hours.
We'll make sure it's got gas
7
in it
hours.
for the end.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. We definitely have to fix the gas gauge and
Yeah.
do a little different gas pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank pickup setup. But again, this is that's not really an upgrade. It's just something we
It's a
found out.
maintenance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a little stuff to do on the car, but super happy about it. We'll be live streaming all day tomorrow. and hopefully without any black flags. Yeah, that's the big thing. And if we do get black flagged, you guys will get to see it. We'll run the car up until we get into the penalty box.
Oh.
So that's about it. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, and thanks to you guys for doing this and coming right, because I can't do this by myself. I got to have a team, and these guys have been great with keeping the car in one piece and keeping it away from ding dong E30s and crazy guys in Tacomas and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you guys very much. We'll do a wrap up tomorrow. I'll probably do it on the drive home versus here in the conference room of the hotel, but we'll do a wrap up and hopefully it's all good news and we have trophies and $500 in nickels. We'll divide it $100 in nickels each. Yeah. So yeah, thanks everyone, and don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give me a kiss on the cheek, give me a kiss on the tip of their nose, hold their hand, give it a squeeze. It's really important for them. And it's far more important for you when your hands stick to the bench. All right. Thanks everyone.
Thank
We'll
you.
catch you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Cool. It's such a pleasant group shot.
Are we still going?
Yeah, it looks like an album cover.
Is this like an encore?
Wow, encore.
Yeah, when does
Oh, now that Kev's not here, let's talk some shit.
yeah,
Alright.
when
So,
does you guys'
Kevin-
album drop?
Kevin's never gonna be faster than a Paul.
I think all should be allowed.
Kevin's gonna smoke me tomorrow.